Marlins trust. The Good Greek, as the National Mover of the Year and Florida's most preferred, Good Greek will make your move a home run every time. Whether it's across town or across the country, trust America's best mover to get you there safely. Schedule your move today at goodgreek.com. The official mover of your Miami Marlins and National Mover of the Year, Good Greek.
Good Greek, moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Thanks for listening to Miami Marlins Baseball. Marlins Baseball is brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins, and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. With the 10th Inning Show, here's the voice of the Marlins, Jack McMullen.
Fish get a win on Sunday. They get a win on the series in New York. It's a 4-game set in Queens, and it comes to a close with the Fish taking 3 of 4. The loss was weird. 19-9 was the loss. But you know what? The rest of this, it was weird and wonky. 7-4 on Thursday, 19-9 on Friday. Yesterday was 11-8 in the Marlins' favor, and today they get a win 5-1. Craig Minervini, did you remember what a standard baseball game felt like?
Something like this that we saw here. How about 32 runs and 47 hits for the Marlins against a team that was very hot coming in, kind of the talk of the town, and hoping to win the National League East. And they'll need a huge September to do it now, thanks to the Marlins. They are back to 7 games behind the Phillies heading into September. The Phillies, with the Reds winning their game today, it's a 4-game lead as far as the wild card is concerned for the Mets. But with the Phils win, it's a 7-game deficit. Great ball game today led by Sandy Alcantara. Jack, I said the good start would be important again. And it was scoring that run right off the bat. They did a great job against Kodai Senga, a guy who has had the Marlins in his back pocket for his whole career in terms of the 3 years he's been with the Mets. I know he didn't pitch much last year, but today they did a great job against him.
Yep. I want to start with Sandy, and then we'll pivot to the Marlins' plan of attack against Senga. Sandy Alcantara, 7 innings, a 1-run ball, 4 hits. He walked 1. He punched out 6. His 6th punch-out came on his 104th and final pitch. And, oh, by the way, that was an 100-mile-an-hour fastball at the knees to the former Marlin Starling Marte. What jumped out in particular to you today about Sandy Alcantara?
I'm going to go command, because even when he missed, and he didn't get all the calls, there were a few early in the game where there were strikes and they weren't.
Yeah.
He was missing. Jack, that fastball was coming and then just missed, and he was getting swing and miss on that. Obviously, his other pitches that he's been using were effective. But to me, he had the whole package today. Tremendous command, and he had the Mets off balance. They didn't strike many hard hits against him. When you look at the way a team is sort of defensive, fighting just to stay alive in the account, and he did it quite a bit with some foul balls, over 20 of them. I just thought the way he was able to control all his pitches, and he walked only 1, struck out 6.
Yeah.
71 strikes in this game, and many of the ones that missed, they just missed.
Yep. Kodai Senga on the other side, 4 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs. He walked 2 and punched out 6. What jumped out to you about the Marlins' plan of attack against Senga?
Oh, I loved it.
It was obviously effective.
Because he's got that ghost forkball we talk about that looks good and way out of the zone. In the past, he has handled the Marlins pretty easily. This edition, though, Jack, it's not like the old teams.
Yeah.
This team makes you work. We talked to the Met broadcasters. The pitch count goes up. They have taken a giant step forward in that department, and they're not where they want to get either, but they're going in the right direction. The doubles again. There are 3 more doubles in this game. They're second in the National League in doubles. They don't slug the homers. The Marlins don't have a home run hitting team. You get guys on base with this patience and then able to hit the doubles, mix a homer in every now and then. Their batting average is among the top 4 or 5. That counts too.
Yep.
Singles count. They've been able to hit some triples. Marcy has been the straw that stirs the drink. And I like to see Edwards today with 2 bunt hits as well.
100%. Craig Minervini.
Okay.
We will talk to him in Washington. We'll get highlights when we come back. 10th Inning Show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network. For a home with no worries. That one cracked down the right field line. Soto on the move. That gets in, and that'll plate 2. Wagaman gunning towards second base. He will get in there, and he plates Otto from third and Burt from second. Wag attack with a 2-run double, and it's a point. Also walked a batter. And the 3-0 to Weimer is drilled out to left. It's hanging up for Nimmo, and he misplayed it. He came in, he leaped high in the air, and he couldn't glove it. Wagaman comes in to score. Here comes Norby all the way from first, and he scores without a throw.
An amazing 343 start in his big league career. Ground ball right side, base hit, it's through the hole. Scoring is Hernandez. Wagaman is held up at third, and the Marlins get a run. Their 6th of the game. Another RBI for Marcy, 25 RBI.
Been there for it's there.
Yep. Chef Boyardee.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Punch to right center field. Softly, it'll drop for a hit. 1 run will score, and they will hold up Norby. Wagaman scores a throw to second base as they try to backpick Marcy, who got back in there. 7-2 Miami an hour. Runners at the corners, 8-8 game. Line drive right field. Soto going back. He makes the catch in the backhand, but Ramirez will tag up, and he will score. The Marlins lead 9-8 on the sac fly. JT Realmuto now, and maybe Benito.
1-1. That would lift it out to left center field. That's going to get down and plate 1. That might plate 2. It's rolling all the way to the wall. Hicks getting the runaround from third. He will score. He beats the throw. He scores from first base, and Connor Norby gives the Fish some big-time insurance.
Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
Hey, this is Kyle Stowers, and you're listening to the 10th Inning Show on the Marlins Radio Network.
10th Inning Show rolls on here on the Marlins Radio Network. Fish get a win on Sunday afternoon in New York, 5-1, the final score. Steven Strom was standing by with the guy with 2 bunt singles today, Xavier Edwards. Let's hear from him after this one.
X, what was the key ingredients to this series win over the weekend over the Mets?
Our pitching kept us in all the games. We had some back and forth games, kind of being relentless the whole series. Scored early the last couple games, scored a bunch the first game. So, I feel like that was the key, just putting up a lot of runs. Pitchers kept us in it and did a great job closing it out.
When Sandy's rolling like this, what's it like as a positional player?
It's great. He's rolling, gets a lot of weak contact, gets us some action in the infield, and, quick tempo and just gets quick out. So it's fun to play behind.
Your boy, Mark Vientos, and what do you do during a benches clearing? I can't say a brawl, but like when the bench is clear, what's the role?
I don't know. They were actually coming on pretty hot there. Some teams kind of stroll on out, but they kind of got out there pretty hot. It's just a misunderstanding. I think Mark was a little upset that he was quick pitching, not really as much about the pitch. That's what he was telling me on base right there. I don't know. It's emotions run high. Play a lot of games, long season, so emotions are high at times, and I think it's just part of it.
We've seen you start to bunt a little bit more. Who taught you how to bunt?
My dad, and some people taught him prior to that. But my dad taught me how to bunt, and just trying to do what I can to get on base, help this team win.
Final game here in August. What do you want from your team to finish the season strong in September?
Just more of this, more how we played this series. Just keep chugging along, keep pushing. Every game counts. Just play the game the right way, play hard, play for each other, and just keep doing that for another month.
Good job, Say. Thanks for the time, X.
Thanks, Vince.
All right, Jack.
All right. Thank you very much, Steven Strom, and thank you to Xavier Edwards for joining the program. How did this ball game sound? Well, scoring got going, much like every other game this weekend. Right away in the top of the first inning, it was Otto Lopez that plated the first Marlins run. And Augustine shuffling the 2-0 pitch. That one lifted out to center field. Mullins on the move, ranging back. Cedric Mullins makes the catch. That is plenty deep enough for Jacob Marcy to score from third base. And that's a productive out number 2 at this top of the first inning. A sacrifice fly from Otto Lopez. It opened scoring for the Fish, 1-0 in the top of the first. So Otto opened it in the first, but in the third, it was the first big blow from the Marlins offense. Agustin Ramirez, he's been knocking on the door, hard-hit baseballs. He's singled at 111 miles an hour in the first, a no-doubt liner home run in the third.
And the runner comes home, and it's ripped to left field and deep, and it's going to get over the head. In fact, it's going to get over the wall for a home run. A line drive by Agustin Ramirez. And keep going, buddy. 4 for 4 now in New York, and it's 3-0 Miami.
Augustin Ramirez, he started that day 2 for 2. He finishes 2 for 4 with a walk as well. Reached base 3 times in the win. Next one we got to play for you is more Marlins offense. It came in the top of the 4th after Liam Hicks doubled to open the inning. Heriberto Hernandez took him home.
So we wish you the best. 3-0 pitch, ground ball, base hit, right side. A little late start for Hicks. He does get the green light. He'll score easily. And the Marlins have 4 on the board. Hernandez a big turn, but he'll go back to first. It's an RBI for Heriberto, and the boos are coming down here on Kodai Senga and the New York Mets. 4-0 Miami.
Then in the 5th, to effectively chase Senga from the game, X made the Met defense work a little bit, and their misfire brought in another. 0-1. X gets a bunt down third base side. Beatty picks it up on the bare hand. He fires to second, and it's down the right field line. It kicked off the jutted out wall. Sanoja comes in to score, and a throwing error from Beatty plates another. X bunts his way aboard. We'll see how they want to score it, but Xavier Edwards on the misfire from Beatty at the hot corner is standing at second, and he swaps places with Javi. It's 5-0 in the top of the 5th. Mets did get on the board in the bottom of the 7th, thanks to a productive out from Cedric Mullins.
Pitching 1-0, another soft grounder, second base. Edwards handles, throws to second, gets the lead runner, not in time to get the runner at first, and a run will score. Mullins, as we said, he hit it softly, he runs well, so on the fielder's choice, the Marlins will trade an out for a run, and they lead 5-1.
So that Mullins RBI brought in the first and only run against Sandy Alcantara. A hitter later, Carlos Mendoza turned to the bench, and Starling Marte as a pinch hitter. Marte was locked up by 100 on Sandy's final pitch.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's strike 3 called. Big strikeout on the sinker, and Sandy gets out of the inning. An excellent job. The Marlins lead 5-1 through 7.
Again, 7 innings of 1-run ball for Sandy Alcantara in this one. He was the winning pitcher. Calvin Fauché spun the 8th. Freddie Tarnick spun the 9th, and the Fish walk away winners. 2-1. That one just off the plate inside, and Mullins held back a check swing. Another 3-ball count Tarnick has found his way into. You say, ooh, you think he went around, or you think that might have clipped the zone?
I'm thinking, ooh, that you do not want to put up Lindor and company in this inning.
3-1 is a bouncer right back up the box. Shortstop Otto has it. He wins a foot race to second. He beats Vientos, and it's a 6 unassisted fielder's choice to end the ball game. Freddie Tarnick, it took some pitches, but he does get through it. A 20-pitch scoreless 9th, and today belonged to Sandy. Sandy Alcantara, again, he was the star of the show, and the Fish take 3 of 4 in New York from the Mets. When we come back, you'll hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough, and El Caballo, Sandy Alcantara. 10th Inning Show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network. Saw that in the Luzardo return this offseason and the Sanchez return.
2-2, a little chopper to second. Coming in is McNeil, throws to the plate, not in time. Diving in is Edwards, and the Marlins also get the benefit of getting Hicks aboard as McNeil went to the plate here at Citi Field. And a ground ball softly at right side, back in it by Alonso, throws off the glove of Holmes, rounding third now, and coming home is Liam Hicks, and the Marlins get a run. Johnston will go to 1. He's got 59 RBIs on the year. And a line drive base hit to left field, rounding third is Johnson. He'll score without a throw. Good response by the Marlins, taking advantage of a Met miscue and some timely hitting too. And the Marlins have 3 in the inning and a 4-2 lead. That was good to see. Hit it hard. Pitch on the way, driven and over the shortstop's head. Lindor base hit. Hit so hard, bobbled in left field. Now the green light from Blake Lally. He's run it well, and diving in and scoring is Jacob Marcy, who probably would have stopped if it wasn't bobbled by Nimmo in left field, but that was scorched. And Ramirez drives in the run. The Marlins have the lead.
April.
Otto Lopez is up, broken bat right side. McNeil fields, throws to the plate, slides, safe is the call at home plate. Liam Hicks went in the back door. Let's see if the Mets will challenge. Have scored 2 still. Only 1 out. He hits one in the air to shallow center. Ramirez going to third. Mullins will grab. Ramirez going to try it. Throw to the plate is cut off, and Ramirez scored. Runner safe at second base. That was very important. The Mets are throwing to third to see if Ramirez left early.
Beatty goes. The payoff pitch. He is lifted out to center field. That's hanging up for Hill. Long run in for him. Hill dives, and he makes the catch. Derek Hill. This guy covers so much ground on a dead sprint. All right, 10th inning show rolls on here on the Marlins Radio Network. We will hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough, and the starting pitcher, Sandy Alcantara, in a matter of moments. But before that, we'll give you a check on the out-of-town scores. We have some finals from earlier today. Cincinnati gets a win over St. Louis 7-4. Brady Singer was the winner. Emilio Pagan got his 26th save at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. 7-2, the Twins get the win over the San Diego Padres. Red Sox do avoid a weekend sweep at the hands of the Pirates. 5-2 was the final score in that one. Washington falls to the visiting Tampa Bay Rays 7-4. Pete Fairbanks got the save, his 24th. Milwaukee and Toronto, it was the Blue Jays that got the win 8-4 over the Brew Crew north of the border. Seattle and Cleveland. In Cleveland, the Mariners got a win 4-2, the final score. Bryce Miller, the winner. Tanner Bybee, the starter and loser. Another final for you. Tarek Skubal got a win. He had another shutout outing. 5-0. The Tigers get the win over the Kansas City Royals. Final line on Skubal, 7 scoreless innings, 4 hits. He punched out 4, and his ERA sits at 2.18. Now let's hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough, after this one.
Given the state of how this series is went, how did Sandy Alcantara deliver?
Yeah, I think what we've seen from Sandy in the last really month worth of starts is the execution of his pitches. Is finally just really caught up, and the stuff has been there all season long. And now with his ability to locate the way that he and everyone is accustomed to be able to locate his pitches, and how he's been able to continue to utilize his entire arsenal within outings. We're seeing Sandy right now put together, the type of outings that we all knew. What we're expecting that right now. So very happy for Sandy. I'll continue to say it with how the majority of the season's gone, how he has continued. He just kept his head up. He kept working. And now, as he's gotten further away from the missed time, we're seeing him be able to put together, the stuff and the execution. He's in a great rhythm, the conviction behind every pitch. So another really strong start.
Offensively, how are you guys able to wear out Senga?
Our plate discipline was great today. I mean, look, he's got the fork ball when it's tough. When he gets it and starts at belt line, it looks like it's a good pitch, and then it bottoms out. But I thought we did a nice job of at least setting a sight line and lane for the ones we wanted to go at, knowing there's going to be some chase in there. But I thought we, had really high quality at bats, really stressed and got the pitch count up there, and guys used the entire field. And offensively, this entire series, I thought we did a really excellent job against, their starting pitching.
What'd you see offensively and defensively from Agustin Ramirez?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the last few days, it feels like Gus is starting to get it back going in the batter's box. And he's starting to, again, elevate the ball to the pull side, moving some pitches forward that before I think he was fouling off or mishitting. And I think the counts he's getting into, his ability to lay off some chase pitches early where they're, trying to get him to expand. And then he gets himself into good counts, and his swing's just in a little better place now to be able to do more with the ones that he's getting.
Talk about you took 3 out of 4 games. What does that mean to this team?
Yes, we talk about a lot. When you got to win series, put yourself in position to get to the postseason, which is what we're what we talk about here is winning games, and to win series is how you do that on the road, especially very difficult. Divisional opponent to come on the road and win a series is never easy, but a big deal during a season, especially a 3 out of 4. So. They're all important, but even more so when you're in your division.
What was the 4-1-1 with the benches clearing?
It seemed like it was just, I think guys, the competitive nature, going there, and I'm not sure what was said. Sandy's a competitor, and maybe wasn't happy with a changeup that then was getting stared at, and so Sandy, of course, like he is going to just stand his ground. Didn't seem like there was really a whole lot there to it, and I just kind of moved on and kept going.
Are
you starting to see a real chemistry between Gus and Sandy behind the dish when he pitches?
I think much of this year, okay, we talked about Gus's defense, but I think in some areas that he really has grown is his ability to, work with Daniel alone, our pitching staff, and that pitcher that day. I think he's got confidence now to go out, and whether it's Sandy or another pitcher, and take charge of the game and be able to implement whatever the game plan is that day and adjust. And so, like, they've had a good run here, the last three, and I think some of it's just Gus has improved in a lot of areas behind the plate that maybe just don't show up in a box score or statistically. But he blocked the ball again very, very well today and received some low pitches and presented them very well. So I think right now, Gus is continuing to improve, and Sandy's in just such a place right now where his execution has been at an elite level.
Like I asked you last night, they're like a really good, like a few defensive play today by the, especially the Xavier. How did you see it?
I think, Xavier has been fantastic, especially since the move to second base. We see his athleticism, the range he has, the ability to throw on the run. Liam had a nice pick on one of the plays, and Marcy ranging into a gap to make a play. So we'll continue to talk about how important defense is, for us. So we know we have to play high quality defense and, prevent opponents getting extra opportunities. And we have a lot of athletic players that, are playing well on that side of the ball and understand the value that it brings to winning games.
Xavier told me how you manage is kind of unique. How do you kind of describe yourself as a youth?
I don't know. I was asked to grade myself a while back, and it was a C plus. And I think right now it's still a C plus. I guess my managing style is to be try to be consistent and be in there with the guys and make decisions each day that I think are best for them and gives our team the best chance to win, and just try to be supportive and just try to be there for them and be consistent each day.
We got one more month, Clayton, of the season. What are you looking for these guys to do in September?
I think it's continue to play and try to win games, win series, keep pushing through the end. A lot of you talked about September. This is where we're going and where we want to get to. You have to, you want to be playing very well in September, and we're going to play this thing all the way through the end of the season, regardless of where we are at a given time. And because that's moving forward, we plan to be preparing ourselves to play for another month after September.
All right, that was Clayton McCullough after this one. Again, a 5-1 win for the Marlins over the New York Mets, in large part because of the excellence of Sandy Alcantara this afternoon. Sandy, 7 innings, a 1-run ball. He punched out 6 and walked just 1. Stephen dug this up during the broadcast. Sandy Alcantara just worked 3 straight starts of 7 innings for the first time since September of his Cy Young year in 2022. Let's hear from Sandy after his win and start today.
Sandy, just after seeing the Mets the first 3 days, how did that maybe better prepare you for this afternoon?
First, I want to say thanks to God for keeping me healthy during the game and letting me do my job. I think since the first game, we saw something that we need to improve during the game. So, and I think the execution was great today. So, a couple missed arm side, but those stop me to be aggressive over there and attack the hitter.
What has felt different the last 4 straight quality starts?
It feels great. I think I was working for it. I was waiting for it too. I think my patience, my dedication on all the work that I put, I think it's giving me the result.
We've seen Augustine at times struggle defensively, but today, calling the game with you, how have you seen Augustine grow defensively?
It's great. So I think he's taking advantage from the opportunity. So someday you don't want to have your best day, your best day behind the plate. But I think Agustin been doing great, not just catching my game, but I think Kavi and Yuri, I think he's great. I think he been getting better. Try to improve all the small things that he needs to improve. And he's great.
Talked about pitching backwards last start against Atlanta, but today was 4-seam sinker. What made you feel that was the right choices today?
We just need to change the mentality a little bit, So yesterday game they were very aggressive on the Kavi fastball, and I just try to be aggressive, first pitch, first try. Doesn't matter if they got my 2-seam because my 2-seam is great to be on the ground ball plate.
What happened with the Vientos benches clearing situation?
I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking. There was changeup, and he just starts staring at me, and I don't like that. So it just happened, This is a sport that someday you fight, next day you sitting on a bar drinking together, But yeah, it just happened.
And then just the month of August for you. How would you sum up this month?
Blessed. I think God just give me the time that I was waiting for, So I just gotta keep doing what I'm doing.
Is it safe to say you're back now? You're
Yeah.
back to being the old Sandy Alcantara.
Yeah, I'm always saying it. I just need to be patient and waiting for my opportunity. And I think I'm good now.
All right, that was Sandy Alcantara after his start today. 7 innings of 1-run ball. And a little bit on that Sandy Vientos kerfuffle that ended up in the benches clearing conversation. We will step aside 2 minutes. 10th inning show concludes next after a 5-1 win for the Fish on the Marlins Radio Network.
No, there's nobody catching him on the American League side.
1-1. That one lined up the middle. That is down for a base hit. Marcy around third. He will come in to score, and the Gus Bus does drive him home. Augustine Ramirez with an RBI knock, and that's some breathing room for the Fish. 5-3 in the bottom of the second. A 1 pitch. Acosta hits one well out to left center field. Profar is back. He's looking up, and it's gone. There's the insurance. All this guy does is hit homers. His third major league hit. They've all left the yard. And there's the breathing room we've been clamoring for. It's 2-0 Marlins in the bottom of the 8th because of our guy Maximo.
That we've seen 8 outs via the ground ball.
First pitch to Troy. He smacks high in the sky, right center. Acuna on the move. He is back, and it short hops off the base of the wall. Otto held, but he's around third. He will score without a throw, and Troy Johnston swaps places with him. It's an RBI double, and in a pitcher's duel, it's the Marlins that strike first. 1-0 Fish in the bottom of the 5th. 3-2. That one hit well, out to left center field and deep. Lucas is back at the track. He leaps up, and it's gone. Power stroke. Javier Sanoja, homer number 5 on the year for him. Little man's got some thump, and the Fish are on the board. 3-1 Toronto in the bottom of the 2nd. Solo homer. He's got 2 of the 3 knocks. 2-1. That one hit well, out to right center field and deep. Barso is back at the track, at the wall, and it's gone. Maximo again.
Champagne. Empower. Invest well. Live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
10th inning show wrapping up after a 5-1 win for the Marlins over the New York Mets. Fish hit the road happy, or I guess hit the tarmac happy. We head to Washington in a moment. Day game tomorrow. Andrew Alvarez is set to make his major league debut. Left-hander has been okay in Rochester over the last 2 years, but Alvarez will make his debut for Washington. The Marlins have yet to officially announce a starter. We do know we're getting Cade Cavalli against Adam Mazur on Tuesday night, and then Yuri Perez and Mitchell Parker on Wednesday. But tomorrow, 1:05 first pitch, 12:30. Steven Streimetz here with Marlins on deck. Right here, actually, on the flagship. So huge thank you to Carlos Picari in studio. For Steven, for Craig, I'm Jack saying so long from Citi Field in Queens. Final score, the Marlins get the win over the Mets 5-1. This has been a presentation of Miami Marlins baseball on the Marlins Radio Network.